On September the 11th, 2001, 2,996 innocent people lost their lives. The European policy response to the horrendous terrorist attacks has meant giving up essential liberties to obtain a little temporary security. Since 9/11, Europe stepped up its game to fight extremist terrorism. Many measures have been introduced, but security cannot be obtained at the expense of liberty. We are gradually losing the right we once enjoyed to a meaningful private life beyond state observation and intrusion, rights that we would normally take for granted. The erosion of liberties has caused great alarm to the liberals and Democrats in Europe. We propose policies to ensure the highest level of security for our citizens, but we must never forget that the purpose of security is to ensure liberty. So what has gone wrong? Already, mobile phone and internet use, as well as financial transactions of every European citizen, are recorded and retained by law. As increasingly sophisticated databases and profiles are developed, the day draws near when all available data on any European citizen can be displayed on screen at the touch of a button. Thanks in part to technological developments, the number of databases held by bodies in the public and private sectors has increased explosively. We hand over our personal details in exchange for services and products. We book plane tickets and hotels, buy goods, file our tax returns, make bank payments, seek medical advice or join clubs, all online. We text messages, send emails, use search engines, give out credit card information. On the street in public places, our movements are not only tracked but analyzed by intelligent cameras and microphones, which can record our slightest vocal inflection or muscle twitch and decide whether or not we are a suspect. All day long, we leave an electronic trail behind. We don't realize it, but our life can be reconstructed to the most intimate detail. We should know who accesses our personal information and for what purpose, but actually, we don't. The ability and track record of EU member states in securing and protecting our data is very poor. In the UK and Germany, for example, the personal data of millions of citizens has been lost in often farcical circumstances. Where do we go from here? But if I've done nothing wrong, you say, then surely I have nothing to fear. Yet the measures that most commonly invade our privacy are often those most easily evaded by wrongdoers. The dedicated terrorist can simply communicate without a mobile phone or use an internet cafe. So, what is the point of collecting data of citizens' mobile phone use if it doesn't help us fight terrorism? The controversial restrictions on the carrying of liquids in airline passenger hand luggage are another case in point. Many experts believe that such restrictions do not increase aviation security. It's unclear, for example, why liquids that are hazardous in quantities of 150 milliliters are any less so in quantities of 100 milliliters. Liberals and Democrats in Europe have challenged these decisions, directives, and recommendations. We will go on doing so in order to ensure that EU governments take responsible counter-terrorist measures that guarantee our right to privacy and our individual freedoms. We believe that strong data protection guarantees will help in the fight against terrorism, not hinder it. We believe in more and better cooperation, but mutual trust between law enforcement units can only be established if sufficient data protection is in place. Mountains of data are not the solution, but the ability to analyze and share information effectively for specific purposes is paramount. We will continue to demand evidence that justifies the effectiveness and proportionality of policy action, and we will continue to ensure that our privacy is always safeguarded without restriction. Never more so than when our liberty is at stake.